Hey guys, it is me, Brendan, or Stupification, with a tutorial. It's my first ever one about rendering without a black background and with ambient occlusion and global illumination to show how really effective and beautiful it makes your pieces look. I'll show you that even though it has a background here in the render, I'll show you how it does not when you render it out in whatever picture file you render it in. Let's go to background icons. Let's go to this. See, there is no background whatsoever. This gray is the default from the picture viewer, and as you see, it makes it really helpful in case when you try to make when you're inserting a text piece like this into another picture in Photoshop or something else like that. What you do is go to File, New, and then just adjust your camera view, or just just camera view. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into mode graph, go to mode text. See, we come up with the default text. I'm gonna type in Xbox because my stupification name is too long and it messes up the render. So we're gonna turn the depth into 80. And we're gonna do Command C or Control C for Windows, and then do Command V or Control V to copy and paste. And we're gonna turn the depth back down to 40, so we get it that little halfway point. And we're gonna create a little second layer effect in the text, so it gives it a little more of a 3D feel. So we're gonna go to fill a cap. Do steps by steps being how round you want it to be. I keep mine at I keep mine at 3, and then radius is how far you want it to go. I just keep it at 7 most of the time. And when we render, we just get this. Wait, let me adjust it. We do not want this. This looks pretty bad. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to render settings. This little capture thing without the movie capture, and then we're going to go to effect. We're going to turn on ambient occlusion. We do not adjust anything. It just leave it as is. We're going to go to illumination and take that as well. Note that when using these effects, it takes up a lot of memory on your computer, and I do not recommend it to slow computers. And to render without the black background, we select alpha channel, so it renders all the objects and the background is not rendered with it. And for Macs or any other computer, instead of using JPEG, I usually use PNG, portable network graphic image. And then I'll just select where I save it as Xbox 2. We're gonna go to output. As you see, these these two gray bars shows these are not what's going to be rendered. This is not going to be included in the render. So we're going to go to preset. We're going to go to film, go down to HD 1080 25, so it zooms out a little and gives it the little widescreen effect. And then we're going to go down to anti-aliasing, and we're going to hit it at best, and we're going to do hit the for the max level. I recommend this for faster computers, so I usually put mine as 8x8, so I get a better quality render. And we're gonna keep it like that, and that's it. This will take up a lot of time, and let me show you what does happen as soon as you render it out. This might take a while. See, it is rendering, but it's not. You don't see anything, do you? See, it's just black squares all over the screen. See, that's what you don't get. Global illumination is basically, it affects the lights and how they work. So without any lights, you basically have nothing. You don't really see anything. There's nothing for global illumination to render out. So what we're gonna do here is, instead of using plane like most other GFX users, I go to area light. It's basically the same thing, but I don't like having to go through using a material and putting illumination on it, illuminance, the effect. And we just bring it wider, and then we push it back a little to get a little more light. And what we do here to get all 4 sides is do Command or Control C and V again So you get a second one. So we push it all the way back here to hit the back. Copy and paste it again, and then we bring it up. Go to your rotate tool and turn it hold shift and turn it to about 90 degrees. And then we pull it over the top. Wait, pull this back a little. Pull this over the top. Command C and V again. We put this down, and then we have all four sides full of light. So we will be able to render this out, and this will be visible when rendering with global illumination. Let's render this out right now. See, now you see that the computer knows that it is there, and it's showing that it's being rendered out. And this does take a little time, but it does make it very detailed, and it makes it look really good. Just wait a little bit. Other computers, do not put your max level as 8 or 16. It's not really recommended for slow computers. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a material, double click in the material box, double click on the material, and go to editor. The other Xbox is blue, but let's make it a little green, make it a bright green, and then we're going to go to specular, change that to metal, so we get a little darker feel, and it's not as, the reflection doesn't bounce off as too bright. And we're going to go to reflection, take that, we're going to bring the brightness down to about 20 so we don't get too much, and then we're going to go to texture and hit Fresnel, and we're going to go to mix strength and bring that down to around 20 as well, and we're going to close that and then put that on the back. We're going to make another material, make this completely black, just bring it all the way down, put back, and go on that, and then hit reflection again, do the exact same thing. Brightness down to around 20, middle, doesn't matter, hit Fresnel, bring that down to 20, and then we have a good balance between the reflection and the color. And wait, forgot to put that one. Put that on the front layer, and then zoom in a little bit so we get the full effect. Render that out. As you see, this will take a time because there's the lights and the colors it has to support. So let's just wait for it to render. Ambient occlusion affects the shadows and makes it more realistic than having a big dark shadow or big brightness shine on your text pieces or other images that you're going to render out. Let's wait for this to load. See, you can already see the shadow effects in the middle here, and there's the reflections that's bouncing off here. That makes it look really good. Let's keep rendering out. Let's see the reflections, the shadows. This looks a lot better than the initial result we started when we just made a regular text piece with just no ambient occlusion or global illumination whatsoever. Keep rendering, keep rendering, keep rendering, keep rendering. There you go. We have this full effect right here. Okay, click that. Okay, I'm going to change the font to, let's go up, let's go up, let's go up. I'm going to change it to Batman Further Alternate. You can go on dafont.com, dafont.com, and look for it. It's a really cool text, and it's very straight, so whenever landing things up with like a flare or something, this fits perfectly. We're gonna render out to picture viewer, and then we're gonna open up Photoshop, and we're gonna do File New. Select by just 3000 by 3000. Let's do that. Waiting for it to render. Again, do not do this when using a slow computer. It is recommended for fast computers. I'm using an iMac, so that's pretty decent and iMacs are built for design and style and those kind of programs and applications. It's not really good for gaming, but it's good for stuff like this. It's over decent. That's what you want. There you go. Then let's do File, Place, and then we'll go to where I saved it, background icons. Go to Xbox 2, and then we have this big, and then we just stretch it out a little bit and just place it somewhere. There you go. This looks a lot darker, so I'm just gonna start that. I'm gonna take the no, don't say. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna bring the brightness a little bit up for color. Bring it up a little more, and then re-render it. Yep. Those little initial renders. I would like to figure out how to make them, but it shows that it's being rendered out. So you know that it will render out something instead of a black screen, which is really annoying if you don't know how to use global illumination properly. There you go. See, it gives it that little bright, gives it a little cheerful kind of, and mixed with a dark feeling. I really like this effect. So, and it's used a lot whenever I'm making a background, and I'm mixing it in with a few dark colors and stuff like that. There you go. Go to Photoshop again. File, Place, or Open. No, actually, yeah, let's do that instead. Let's do File, don't save. Let's do File, Open, Xbox 2. And then you got this beautiful reflection mixed with a bright green effect. And the shadows are more realistic than a blunt, than a really sharp, dull shadow. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you get a lot of information out of this. This has been Stupification, or Stupification, I think, and Brendan, and I'm out. Later.